Every time a new character gets released in Eternal Return, everyone loses their mind. Man, I just wanna play Bihyung.
Wake me up when Bihyung.
I'm gonna wrestle with Bihyung.
I want Bihyung. I want Craver.
But to be honest, I never get excited at all anymore. For a while now, every single time I was interested in a new character, Nimble Noran somehow messes up their kit. See, I was excited when Bianca was announced in... When was that again? Wow, am I old. Well, when she was announced, I was hoping for a similar kit to the original game Immortal Soul. You know, fighting with your fists, taking damage to deal damage and all that. But no, AP Malphite. So safe to say that when Nimble Noran announced Tun 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 Bihyung, I wasn't excited at all. But man, Nimble Noran cooked with this one. Bihyung is probably the best designed character Nimble Noran has done so far. Alright, let me boot up a game so I can show you what I mean. Anyway, Bihyung is just peak design and Nimble Noran spent a ton of time on making everything right. Her animations are clean, she has a custom dance and even turns into a Oni, ghost thingy while flying. Fun fact, boars can jump up to 1.5 meters or 5 feet. Okay, back to the video.
Bihyung is actually not an Oni like most people think. She's a Dokkaebi.
What the hell even is that? They're known as Korean ogres. Oh, so that means Bihyung is basically the Korean version of Shrek. They're considered to be mischievous, playing pranks and challenging travelers to wrestling matches. Oh no, I would really hate to get pinned down by a 6'3" muscle mommy. Never mind, she's tiny, what? She's driven by purely what's fun for her. Since her entire world revolves around being entertained, she's almost impossible to predict. If she ever catches a hint of a rude comment, she will beat you up with a bat until your head is shaped like a horseshoe. I know there are people out there reading this, and their first thought is, I can fix her.
Stop saying I can fix her. I will literally eat you. Yum, 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 yum.
Her design perfectly matches her lore. She's a silly demon shaman girl with an insatiable hunger. When you rest, Bihyung dreams of food and then manifests it into reality just to eat it. An eldritch being using all of her powers to do silly things. Wait, I know someone like that. Hey, did you know that boar tusks self-sharpen because their teeth always rub against each other? Damn, now that is a terrible design. Speaking of design, Bihyung's kit is absolute cinema too. I've heard a lot of people complain that her kit is extremely simple and with no depth. However, I gotta say, I really enjoyed that Nimble Noran decided to make a simple character for once. Just look at the text of all of her skills. They're just a few lines long. Now take Coraline for example. This is an entire book for what is basically just shoot at enemy, shoot at mirror, do damage. Let's talk about her simple skills. Starting with her simplest skill, her passive. You hit the enemy or yourself and fill up your passive bar. Once it is full, you gain slow resist and deal damage around you. That's it. Like I said, very simple. Bihyung's Q is called Tuk Tak and actually explains the skill perfectly. You hit them with the Tuk and then the Tak. If you hover over the skill, it has a ton of numbers, but trust me, it is really simple. Both hits deal damage and heal you by a flat amount. They actually heal you for a lot. On max level, you get 6 plus 9% of your max HP by both skills. That is 15% of your max HP on a 5-second cooldown. So ideally in fights, you want to enter the enemy's attack range, only to hit them with the Q, walk out and then hit them again. This way, you take the least amount of damage and stay alive for longer. The best part is that it actually deals a decent amount of damage, so backliners will have to respect you. Volibear's E strikes down a lightning strike. Oh sorry, wrong clip. Bihyung's W, pay the price, causes an explosion in an area. If it hits an enemy, it deals damage and slows them for a bit. If it hits you, it shields you and increases your movement speed. The main use of the skill is to either run down people with the movement speed buff, or to give yourself a shield during fights so that you can heal up with your Q. The damage in slow is not that noticeable and often gets dodged by enemy anyway, so don't focus on it too much. Bihyung's E is called Winner Takes It All. Man, they're so good with these names. Her E is a dash that taunts enemies up to 1 second. The main issue is that it is slow. And trust me, enemies will be ready for it. This is bullshit! Make sure to either slow them with Plasma Dash first, or just hold it until they walk into your range. In frontline fights, always try to combine it with your W to deal damage and get a shield at the same time. Against backliners, pair it up with your bat skill to slam them into a wall. This almost always guarantees a kill on them. Oh! No, and if not, just blame your team. The fact that it goes over walls, in combination with your W movement speed, makes you an absolute nightmare to deal with. She easily escapes bad situations, allowing your teammates to join you or revive, or whatever the hell they are doing on the other side of the map. Bihyung's R, let's have a blast, is surprisingly disappointing. She becomes CC immune and leaps to a targeted area, dealing damage and slowing. Afterwards, you become big and get additional max HP, which is nice because it can be reduced by healing reduction. Okay, so this skill seems really good on paper. Jump in, taunt the enemy and slam them into a wall. But if you ever try to use it that way, you will quickly notice how slow it really is. So you kinda just end up using it for a bit of AoE damage and to get a max HP. If you ever try to use it aggressively, like trying to get on a Rio, you will get caught, CC'd and lose half of your HP before anything has happened. Otherwise, you can use it to go over walls and escape a bad situation. Good will always triumph over evil. Bihyung's entire kit is extremely simple, which I really appreciate. There are no fancy combos required to be useful. Sure, she will always be reliant on her numbers being good, but she's easy to pick up and play. The main disadvantage with that is that every single Bihyung montage is gonna be extremely boring, since she just auto-attacks. Hey, stop that music, we are not doing this. Due to Bihyung being a tank, she has a lot of item options for different scenarios and RNG drops. Normally, every character has one build that is better than the rest because of Nimblenur's amazing balancing changes. Alright, let's cross that off the list. If there are a lot of ADCs alive, you might want to run a Centipede or a Guardian suit. Maybe you have a lower damage team, so you fit in a Halo for the damage or a Ball Mask to stay alive for longer. No matter what you build, always make sure to fit in an item that increases your movement speed. This is usually any mithril item like shield, helmet or racing suit. Trust me, you will need it. Or you could just take the top recommended build that Korea plays and completely ignore what I just said. I know some of you might get tempted to build an attack power crit version of her. If you ever had that thought, don't. You're just gonna end up grieving your team. Or that is what they want you to think. Get this build, finish your build and... yeah, nah, it doesn't work. Hey, did you know that boars are boring? When playing Bihyung, your main job in fights is to rage bait the enemies. Ideally, you want the enemy backliner in a scenario where they can either deal no damage because they are running away from you, or they will try to hit you and get taunted by you. Just make sure that they don't bait you to ult into nothingness and die. Fuck! When fighting bruisers, make sure to play around your Q and W cooldowns. It is for sure tempting to keep hitting the enemy with your bat and stay in your passive range, but if you weave in and out, just hitting Qs, you will be alive for much longer. Team-wise, you're very independent. You vibe with any heal kitten and fighter there is. The only problematic team would be if you get a full tank or immobile team. Lenny and Theodore are probably the best allies you can get, since they both give you a massive speed boost and heal you a lot. Lenny also adds a surprising amount of damage for a support because of her passive. You aren't even that bad at being a solo frontliner. Your E and bat skill give you a decent amount of peel, so the enemy can just ignore you. Just maybe be careful where you aim your bat skill. Oh. Uh-oh. Overall, I can say that Bihyung is one of Nimblenur's best designs. They put in a lot of time and effort to make sure the character feels right and that the playstyle matches the look. Even her appearance makes sense in the Eternal Return universe. Unlike other characters that at first seem a bit out of place, she fits in perfectly. I also really like the pink-teal color scheme that's going on, or the details in her design. I mean, just look at that face. I just really want to squish it. If only she wouldn't home run you Team Rocket style. While editing this video, I also found this leak, which to me looks like a giga smug Bihyung. But the Bihyung mains in the main Discord explained to me that she has no boob freckle, so it can't be her. We also got Bihyung's official next skin announced, and it's alright. It could be better, but it's not terrible. Now I would love to comment more on her personality, but since her voice lines are still not in English, it is a bit hard to do so. To finally address the boar in the room, the whole Bihyung voice actress drama shows really well how much Nimblenur does care about the West in general and the amazing future we are looking forward to. I'm not going to explain the whole thing because there are already good videos out there covering it.
Leave me alone!
I'm gonna kill this boar. Boring!
You might have noticed that I haven't talked about her tactical skills or augment choices yet. And well, that is because I actually have no idea what to do on Bihyung. I actually have only played around 10 games to get footage of her for this video. Yeah, that's right. I've been LARPing being a Bihyung fan this entire time. Haha. Okay, but honestly, she is pretty fun. And you don't really need to know what you're doing on her. So all I can say is, queue up right now, pick her, and you won't have a boring game. Anyway, have a great day. Bye!